Right, here's another top story, of course, the Senzo Meyiwa trial, and his longtime friend Senzo Madlala continues to give his testimony in the trial of the 5 men accused of killing the soccer star. Yesterday, while recounting Meyiwa's last moments, Madlala was given long breaks, including an early adjournment for the day because he repeatedly broke down on the stand. Madlala was in the house when Meyiwa was shot dead in October of 2014, and eNCA reporter Slindelo Masikane is, of course, following the trial proceedings for us, and she joins us now for an update. So, Sli, more details coming out. What do we know today from Dumelo's testimony?
We're going to see this project through.
More information, Maseko, in terms of what happened after Senzo Meyiwa was shot inside the house. At this point, we only understand that there were 2 intruders who entered the home, despite the fact that we have 5 men on trial. So we are anticipating to hear how all of the men in the dock are connected. But Dumelo has been giving us details as to exactly what transpired when Meyiwa was then transported, or should I say rushed, to the hospital in Vosloorus after being shot. At this point, he has indicated that there was Kelly Kumalo driving. He was seated in the back with Mtogo as well as Zandi. We understand that they had to fold Senzo Meyiwa's legs in order to be able to fit him into the car. According to Dumelo, he was the one putting pressure on Senzo's wound on the way to the hospital. When they arrived, we understand that Makumalo had also made her way to the hospital, and this is where Senzo Meyiwa was then put on a stretcher, rushed inside, and at some point a nurse then came back to where they were waiting in the hospital benches and asked for an elderly person to communicate with. Let's take a listen to what happened after that.
Noma ngayazi mingaki kwaseqhamuka yena unesi loya ephethe isithombe se-X-ray.
Okay, bambe lapho. After a while, although I don't know after how many minutes or after how long, the nurse appeared, and the nurse had a picture of the X-ray.
Yes.
Wayese ecela umuntu omdala kwase kusondela umakaphili.
And then the nurse requested for an elderly person, and then Kelly's mother came forward. Kelly's mother then came to us crying.
Then wasitshela ukuthi kusenza kasekho nani so
she then informed us that Senzo had passed away, and then everyone inside there then started crying.
So, Sli, according to Madlala, what else happened at the hospital?
So it seems that news then broke that Senzo Meyiwa had been shot, and various players from his football club, that is Orlando Pirates, then made their way to the hospital. He says that it was quite packed. In fact, there were many cars in the parking lot. And he says that Senzo Meyiwa's wife, Mandisa, also made her way to the hospital. We understand that there was an exchange between her and Kelly. Let's take a listen.
From there, they took us to the benches in the waiting room.
Yes.
Yeah. And especially besekugcwele because mangikhumbula wafika no Mandisa angimazi wahamba no Mandisa umfazi wakho sini.
Okay, because by then now it was packed or full at the hospital, because even Mandisa arrived. I don't know who she was with. Mandisa is Senzo's wife.
Kwasekugcwele nama-soccer players because imoto zayingena nje ziningi kwangena nama-soccer players.
Even soccer players arrived because there were just many cars that were driving in.
And at some point there was a heated exchange, it seems, Lee, between Judge Maumela and TT Tobani. What was that about?
Well, that was the fact that the defense, in particular Titi Tobane, was raising objections around the line of questioning from the state, saying that State Prosecutor Advocate George Baloyi was leading Tumelo Madlala using the photographs that were taken by Sergeant Mosia. There was also issues around the fact that Tobane then took issue with the line of questioning from the judge himself, because you would have heard in that last bite that it seems as though that there was some hair that was on the floor after that exchange between Kilukumalo as well as Mandisa, and the judge wanted some clarity around whether it was actual hair, like from your head, or maybe hair extensions or a wig. And Titi Tobane took issue with that line of questioning from the judge. Let's take a listen.
We take what the witness said. The witness said hair. Never said hair pieces. He said, the witness said hair. I'm actually concerned even the court, when the court put the word saying wig, the witness said hair.
I never put anything, Mr.
Your Lordship, you did say, is it the hair or wig?
Mr. Tobane.
But it's what you did. You asked.
Why are you not waiting for me to?
Yeah, but Lordship, you asked him. You said, was it hair or wig?
When you
asked him.
When you're done speaking, tell me so that I speak.
Yes, I'm done. But I'm saying the witness said hair.
You're not done.
I am done. I'm done.
Mr. Tobane, I asked her, was it hair or what is? Was it a wig?
Yes.
I never put a word.
No, you said that's the question you asked. You said it was hair or wig.
Am I not?
But now the witness said hair.
Mr. Tobane, am I not allowed to ask a question?
It draws inference, Your Lordship. Then,
which inference?
One will argue when we make arguments.
You're surprising me. I'm asking him to clarify me. I said, was it hair or a wig? That's a question. What's the problem with such a question?
And till today, the state hasn't actually told South Africans or shown South Africans exactly why these 5 men are on trial for murder. They haven't been able to show us that they were, in fact, on the crime scene on that particular evening. But let's leave it there for now. Slindelo Masikane live for us outside the North Gauteng High Court. That's in Pretoria.